Hi everybody, it's Heidi with the Weathered Fence Post and welcome to our channel. If you're new here, my husband Steve and I are resellers in the Raleigh, Garner, North Carolina area. We have two booths, one at Antiques at Gresham Lake in North Raleigh and one at Collected Treasures in Garner. And what we love to do on this channel is we love to take you out hunting for treasures and then go over what we call the haul of what we found while we were out hunting. Today's video is a haul video from us going out with Joanne from Bat Thrift Crazy. You can go check her channel out, to the barn sale. Now she has a little bit of footage about the barn sale, so if you want to go check her channel out, you can see what it's like at the barn sale. Unfortunately, I was in a hurry. I got there after work and only had a few hours, and it was extremely hot that day, extremely. So I was not filming. I was hunting as quick as I could to get everything that I could in the short time that I had. I spent $25, $20 on all the stuff that I'm going to show you. If I have enough time to show it all to you. And then $5 on this item right here. It's already in the booth. It was a large mirror, beautiful large mirror. They had, what this company does is they do estate clean outs and they do estate sales. So I'll put their card up right here so you know who they are. They're Bolton Estates Sales and Clean Out. I can never get their name correct, but this is their card. And what they do is after it's already gone through an estate sale, and I think they also have a couple booths in the area too, where they've put things in booths and they've tried to sell it that way. They do what's called a barn sale, and basically they're almost giving the stuff away. It's basically the last stop before we haven't confirmed yet, but we think they just probably have to junk it. I know on the last day of this sale they posted everything was free after 3 o'clock, like just come take it away. So this was like the third day of the sale maybe. I think they ran this particular sale for like 5 days. But anyway, it's out at they call it a barn. It's like a warehouse sort of out in the country, and a house, and it's all in the front yard, all in the barn. They actually had great big like trailers there this time with stuff in it, and it's just a lot of stuff to go through, and a lot of it is damaged and it's been picked over pretty well, so you really have to be willing to dig and hunt for the treasures, and that's what we did, and we found some treasures. But this mirror, let me get back to the mirror, is already in the booth, so I'll show you a picture of the mirror. And they had on it at the estate sale $150. That's what they wanted at the estate sale. So I had my pile, and he said $20 for everything, and I said, okay, well, how about that mirror? And he said, okay, $25. So I paid $5 for this fantastic mirror, and I'm able to put it in the booth at a great price. Somebody's going to get a beautiful, beautiful mirror at a really good price because of that. All right, let's get into the rest of what I found at that barn sale. And I don't know if you haven't watched before, right over there on that chair is Miss Madison. She's enjoying the nice weather this morning. We've been having some good mornings. I think it's probably in the low 70s right now, so we've got the window open for her. But she'll pop in and out of the videos occasionally. All right, so nothing is cleaned at this point, so excuse any dirt, but oh, I love this. This like Pennsylvania Dutch piece. This is awesome. Love this piece. It is marked Rhythm. It's a Homer Laughlin piece. Right there's the marking on the back. And once this is cleaned up, there's no damage to this plate. This is just a beautiful display plate for somebody. And I just want to double check. Yeah, there's no damage there. Okay. I got this for myself. If you've been watching long enough, you know I work in finance, which is basically accounting. And this is a vintage ledger book. I thought this was really cool. I'm just going to put it in my office on display. I'll just put it on a little stand or lay it on a table. I just think it's kind of a cool piece. Back when people used to actually have to handwrite all of their entries instead of key them into a computer. Can you just imagine how much time that took? No wonder they would work late into the hours to get things done. Thank God we have computers to help us with this now. Okay, so keep in mind that everything I'm showing you was $20, so this is going to probably work out to about 50 cents an item. So I would be willing to take a risk on something that maybe I usually wouldn't pick up just to see what happens. This is marked on the bottom, tag. I don't know if you can see it right there. It says tag. So it's just this bowl. I liked the basket look of it. It kind of looks like it has a basket weave on it. I haven't done any research on this bowl yet, but I just kind of like the look of it. We'll see. These are a set of, everything I'm going to show you right now is pretty much clear items, but this is a set of coasters, and they say 24% lead crystal, made in Poland, and they're just really pretty, like shell coasters. They look like a shell, and there's a complete set of them. They were in perfect condition, so I said, why not? I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. I can't see letting these go into the garbage. I can, you know, put them in the booth at a low price, and maybe somebody will have a beautiful set of coasters. I found a vinegar carafe. Someone was asking about one, and I know I probably have some down in my stash, but I found this and I thought it was gorgeous. I loved it. So I'm going to go back to that message that I received from somebody who was asking if I had any of these and show this to her and see if she'd be interested in it. I just really think it's beautiful with a really, really pretty stopper on it. Love the look of that. This is a vintage little candy dish for Christmas with some holly and berries on it. Just really classic little piece there. Then a little, this is, like I said, that's dirty. I gotta clean it out. Please forgive the dirt, but we will get these cleaned up nice. Just a nice little jar that I can put little whatnots in, or just sell it like it is. And then here's a clear Pyrex dish. Does have its lid. It didn't have any damage. So I said, why not? You know, people do love Pyrex. They may not necessarily like the clear color, but we won't put a big price on it. I'm going to get a t-shirt made that says, we won't put a big price on it. Like I said, it was extremely hot that day, so I was very happy when I came across this, and I definitely used it while I was hunting. Beautiful wooden fan. Man, I can't imagine the work that it takes to carve all that out of there. I wonder if they actually do that by hand, or if that's a machine that does that, but just a really pretty, it's wooden fan with a nice design on it. Just a simple little wooden candlestick, or actually, yeah, that's a candlestick. It's not deep enough. I thought maybe it was a toothpick holder, but just one simple little wooden candlestick. I've picked up all these. I found these. They're all bookmarks, all different kinds of bookmarks. I do believe they're all made in the USA. They're like from, well, this one's from 1977. Look at that. That's kind of cool with the frogs. But they're all different eras. I see the 80s in here. There might be some 90s. But a whole bunch of bookmarks, because I do put in those blind dates with a book. And these are the type of things that would be really nice on the front of that. If you haven't seen that, if I can find a picture of, I'm going to stick a little picture of what they look like right here. And they're just it's a blind date with a book. You don't know what the book is that you're getting. You get little hints, and maybe you get some tea and a bookmark or some little doodads with it. It's just something fun. And they do sell well. They take a little while to put together, though. So they don't go in the booth real fast, because that's kind of just like an extra thing to do. But if I have time to do it, I do them. I do make them. All right, these are made in the USA. These are little vintage notebooks, and some of them are Mead. Some of them are, let's see, Pen Tab. And I picked these up because Steve likes these. They're a nice little size that he can carry around and make notes with, and I picked them up for him. I thought they were kind of cute little spiral notebooks. And then some memo pads. Again, just little memo pads. Why not? These were made in Pennsylvania, so they're vintage. They were $1.39 back then. I wonder how old these actually are. I mean, some stuff is still manufactured in this country, right? I usually try to do my hauls in like some type of order, like here's all the animals, here's all the pictures, here's the books, but I'm kind of just bouncing all over. When I go to this barn sale, I do look for things that I need. You know, we always need these paint stirrers. We can never have enough of these little paint stirrers, and they weren't used, so I grabbed those. This is a little basket, and it had $6 on it at one point. Yeah, that says $6. So a little tiny basket. I mean, this is really small. I'm not sure that was a $6 basket to begin with. All right, so I picked up this. I'm going to try to pull it out here without losing the screws, because you need those, but there's 2 sets of them. And what these are is you can take plates and drill holes in them, and then you can make a 2-tiered snack tray with it. So I said, that's a great pickup, but I just noticed there's only one bolt in there that goes on the bottom. So I would have to have another bolt for the other set, even though there's two. But that's okay. Didn't pay a lot for it. A shoehorn. Why did I grab this? I don't know. I guess I grabbed it because I liked the, I don't know if you can see it. See it up there? I don't know if you can see. It's kind of got like a tiger look to it, but there's a name on it, and that's I think the main reason I picked it up, for the branding on it. I thought somebody might be a collector and went ahead and grabbed that. Kind of an odd pickup. This is a Dansk, am I saying that correctly? Bottle opener. Thought that was in great condition. It says it's made in Japan, so it's a vintage piece. We have a, let's see, what's this called? A True View. I have never seen one that's called a True View. Now, I'm not picking up a lot of children's items. I'm kind of moving away from that, but occasionally if I see something that grabs my interest, I will pick it up. So I guess the slides would just go straight down in like this, but they don't rotate, so I'm not sure. Oh, look, it goes all the way through. There's a hole that goes all the way through, so maybe the slides went all the way through it. But I thought it kind of had a cute look. We'll see. We'll see if anybody's interested in it. Some vintage Halloween picks for cupcakes, not opened. So they're from Wilton. So they are still in good condition. Nobody has to worry about any germs or anything on them. They can use them for Halloween coming up. And then I've got this little box of whatnots. Just this little box of treasures that I'm going to go through. All these little guys. These are fun. These are not fun to price to put in the booth. But, you know, some people like these little miniatures. They like to collect them. But boy, they take a long time to price. And it's hard to attach a tag to some of these. So a lot of times they have to go in little bags. They don't display well. But I'm attracted to them. So I'm hoping that, you know, over time people will be willing to dig through those little bags and find those little treasures. Okay, I think these are called protractors. Please correct me if I'm wrong, or I'll look it up. It's not a big deal. But I'm pretty sure these are called protractors. There were a couple of those. One still has its little pencil in it. Oh, it has the person's name on it. I think it is taped on there. Craig B. But they're metal, and I think these were made in the USA. No, Taiwan. These are actually made in Taiwan. So I picked those up. I think they have a really cool look. Just in display, you know, on the shelf. Here's a little ruler, but it is pretty bent up. I don't know about this one. This one, I don't know. We'll see. I might lot it up with some other things, like maybe with these. These are magnet hooks. I always like to pick these up. These little magnet hooks and clips. These kind of things always sell really well. I think this is a, maybe a grandfather clock, like an old clock wind up. These keys always do really well. Every time we put these in the booth, they sell, and they sell pretty quickly. So I don't know if there's somebody who collects them, or maybe somebody who's a clock repair person is looking for them. It's a little tiny, I don't believe it's gold, but I'm going to have it checked out because it does have an initial on it. It might be, yeah, I don't think it's gold. It looks like it has some tarnish on it. So just a little ring. And then this is, I believe, Aquarius. I think this is the Aquarius person. And yeah, it's Aquarius. I've got to check on this. Thought that was a neat little piece. Got a couple little wooden guys. They almost reminded me of little people, but I don't believe they're little people. They look pretty old. So I thought they were kind of interesting. And then just one little bowling pin, and a little My Kitty. It probably goes on the top of a pencil or something. It's not an eraser, but it just probably goes on the top of a pencil. And then they were all in this box. Well, they weren't in this box. I put them in this box. I think this may have been a, gosh, if this was a cigar box, it's kind of small for cigars, but I don't know, some type of little wooden box. Oh, does it say on the side? Aftershave and a deodorant stick. It must have been some type of like gift box. It probably had an aftershave in it and a deodorant stick in it, like some type of Christmas gift box. But I liked the box. I thought that was kind of cute. And I might try to display You know, it might be kind of fun to even just put all those things in this box and just sell this box with all those things and just have it be like a little goodie box. I don't know. We'll see. I'll get creative. Again, keep in mind, $20 on all of this, so we're still going here. Found this little bird nest. I thought it was really cute. And then I also found these little Christmas berries and these little red cardinals. I use birds in my Christmas tree, so I probably will be keeping these. If not, I will lot them up, but I really do like them. I love them when they have these feathers, and I love them when they're vintage, so I probably will be keeping these for our tree. Our tree's pretty full, but you know, you just never have enough Christmas, do you? All right, here's a little pineapple ornament. Painted pineapple ornament. Thought that was cute. A little vintage, this is like a safety pin and beaded snowman. And I thought they did a pretty good job on this. I mean, they got tiny little pearls for the hanger. The beaded eyes are great. I'm not sure where they got the little hat, but that's cute. I thought they did a pretty good job on that. Here's a little pin that's like a wool owl pin. Handmade. This looks like it's probably Polish pottery. I think that's a Polish pottery piece. It's a stopper. So a lot of little things, you know, the little things that people just, they probably get left at the sale. Nobody really cares about picking up something little like this. They're in there for the big items. Here's a little quilted heart. But, you know, these little things add up in your booth when you're doing your sales and you're looking at your sales at the end of the month. You know, it's those little things. They always say it's those little things that pay the rent. So I always pick them up. And people, whenever people come to your booth, they're going to want to buy something. So if there's something there that's a small and they can, you know, pick that up and walk out with a treasure, they're happy. Not everybody can pick up that, you know, $200 piece that you have in there. So it's always good to have those smalls. Book checks. Now this is called Lend a Book, Keep a Record. So you would actually like mark who's borrowing your book. So I thought that was kind of an interesting piece. A couple little Valentine greeting cards that have not been used. There was 2 of them. I thought I'd save those for the Valentine booth. And I got these wooden crows. One doesn't have a hat. Now, the others, the hats don't look like they're glued on. They look like they were cut that way. So I think one was made not to have a hat. And I thought one of them had a, oh, there it is. Okay, one of them has like a little pin in it where it looks like maybe it went down in something. But I think I'm probably going to put like little hangers on the back so people can hang them on the wall if they want to. I don't know. I'll figure out something to do with them. They're going to be obviously during like maybe Memorial Weekend, 4th of July. Maybe one of these I could use right now, the one without the hat, for the fall booth. And to go with that, I found this little bird cage nearby. So, and this probably is a pick that goes into an arrangement. Not bird cage, birdhouse. Americana birdhouse. Okay. And very tarnished butter dish, but it does have potential to be cleaned up and be very pretty, as you can see on the inside. But the outside, very tarnished with a very strong, it's called patina. I always have been saying patina, but I hear other people pronouncing it patina. So let's look it up. Let's find out what's the correct way to pronounce that weathered look. Is it patina or patina? I'm going to show you a few more things and then it's off to work. I got my work day today. It's Thursday, so this is the last day of the week for me. And when I get back, I'll have to finish up the rest. So I might look a little different because it'll be the end of the day and I might be frazzled at that point. Who knows? Though things are a little bit calm right now at work. It's what I call the calm before the storm, because we will start heading into the 3rd quarter, and the 3rd and 1st quarter of every year is crazy. Crazy busy. All right, so this is another Aquarius piece that I found there. It did have a mark on the back, and I did look it up, but right now I can't read it. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up or not. But I'll try to remember to look at it, and I'll put what it was up here. But I thought it was actually a nice piece. I'm going to try to sell this just as it is by itself for somebody who knows somebody who's an Aquarius or is an Aquarius themselves. This is a cute little vintage box, jewelry box, and I think this did say, yeah, this says Hong Kong on it. I love the flowers on that. Look at the blue. Almost like a purpley blue. Very striking. This has some nice fall colors in it, so this would be perfect in the booth right now. And it does have a mirror, and the inside is in good condition. And there's no damage to this, and it's like a heavy-duty plastic. So, I like that. And then here's a metal. This is called a card file box. It's from Glowswise Systems out of Fresco, California. And then there's also something Ohio on the bottom. I'll show you the tag right there. But I really picked it up because I really liked those dividers. They have like a clear window on them. So I guess you would slide a piece of paper in there, you know, labeling your sections. But I thought these were pretty neat. And then it has a dated, you know, months. I thought this was a pretty good file system. So I'm just going to sell the whole thing as is with all the cards included. Okay, it's off to work for me, but I do want to just show you this. We are getting ready to have our fall flea market at Antiques at Gresham Lake. It will be on October 12th. Is that what it is? Yep, October 12th from 8 to 5. There are sales throughout the entire mall, and people are set up outside doing like almost like it's a flea market. You know, you might see things at yard sale prices, at discounted prices. There might be some antiques out there. Always worth going to hunt there. There's always something you can find. There's always a great turnout, great sales throughout the whole booth. And we will be having a fall extravaganza down at Collected Treasures. I don't have the flyer for that yet, so that might show up in our next video, but that's going to be the end of this month. Just found out about that, so I'm kind of excited about that. See what we're going to be doing for that event. But this is the fall flea market at Antiques at Gresham Lake coming up. Okay, I am back from work. Just like that, I put in a day of work. Wasn't that easy? Don't you wish it was that easy? Okay, let's continue with the items I found at the barn sale. This nice little ribbed canister. Had a taller one of these recently that sold very quickly, so this might be something that people are interested in. It's an anchor hocking piece. It does have a little barcode there. It says anchor hocking. So we'll get that cleaned up and in the booth. And like I said, I just picked up miscellaneous things. I don't know if these work, but I figured I might need these in something that I'm putting in the booth, and you know, why not? Grab them. Thought these were really cute. I actually think these are not faux. I think these are real, possible mink. It's extremely soft. It feels like mink to me. So love those. Nice, beautiful floral. Looked real to me. I think these look fantastic. Oh, that's right. There's a little wooden hummingbird too. Probably was a floral pick in an arrangement that somebody received. But I really like these. I think these look real to me. I love it when I can find a good floral. And you know how much I love my stones. I've got some stones that I found. Again, keep in mind, everything I'm showing you except that mirror. That mirror was $5 and everything else is $20. I just couldn't believe how much stuff we walked away with that day. Love this like rusty, weathered looking, I guess it's like a wire basket. It has a little, it's footed, and I just love the look of it. I had this floral in it, and I thought that looked really pretty in there. That would probably be nice in the spring. Could actually put that in the fall too, but look at this. This is brass. This had all kinds of Christmas greenery all wrapped around it. You could barely even see the candle holders. And the fact that this was brass, because all you could see was that fake green, you know, greenery looking stuff. And so I unraveled all that and pulled this out, and this is a beautiful brass centerpiece that somebody is going to just probably really have a great time creating their own centerpiece with it. I had this in there. I mean, this wouldn't work because the candles, but just to give you an idea. Brass, as I've said a million times, sells. told you, I think on the last video, that I'm definitely on the hunt now for spring items. It's, you know, it's interesting. We're always working on some season, putting some season in while we're hunting for the next one. So right now I'm hunting for spring and I'm unraveling. They feel like wool. It's this bunny, and they really do. They feel like wool. I'm not sure if they are. Garland. It's just bunny garland, and I think it's so adorable. So we'll hang that up in the booth, and I'm sure somebody would love to have that for Easter in their home. All right, a bunch of books. I take the opportunity when I'm there at the barn sale to pick up books because it's so inexpensive. This is a children's hymnal, and I heard that hymnals do pretty good. So I thought, well, we'll give it a try. I think this is pretty old. Yeah, 1929. It is almost antique. And it definitely looks like it's almost antique. The whole spine is missing on it here. Here is A Taste of the Outer Banks. One of those, you know, recipe books. Oh, well, it looks like it has some bookmarks in it. Oh, here's another one. So that was Bodie Island. This is Cape Lookout. So I'll look through this. There might be more. What's this? Spring break. Say what? I have no idea. Anyway, recipe book. Great recipe book. You never know what you're going to find in these books. Always look in the books. Sometimes people hid money in books, so always look in the books. This is... oh my goodness, I can tell Madison's been loving on these things. This is Mansion's Shorter French and English Dictionary. I don't know if you can read that. It's hard to read. Great book. Love the feel of this and the age on this. This is from, let's see, is it going to tell me? Not seeing a date on this. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. But at any rate, great older book. Nice and thick. This is the Dickens Critics. Ford and Lane, the Dickens Critics. Feels like it's probably from the 50s or 60s. Oh, Ithaca, New York. Wow, Cornell University Press from Ithaca, New York. I used to work in Ithaca. That's not too far from the area I'm from. 1961. Historical Geology. Just sold an anthropology one recently. Love the look of this. And I think this one, if I remember correctly, had some good, yeah, has some good photos in it. Really, you know, awesome. What year is this from? (1961). All right, let's look at this. My Own Hymn Book. I just loved the look of this. I just think the cover of this is awesome. I think it's for a child. Has a lot of, it says 1965. Yeah, this is an old, this is, I think, for a child. You know, like probably piano lessons. I just really loved it. I thought it had such a great look. I wonder what year this is from. Oh, goodness. Theodore Presser Company out of Bryn Mawr, 1941. That's what it says, 1941. Great look. Let's see, this is the International Chocolate Cookbook. International Chocolate Cookbook. I love that. I'd love to have the time to play around with some of the recipes. Now, I'm not a good, like, day-to-day cook, but I do like to make, when I make a cake, I like to make it from scratch. I mean, I do love a good ganache. Am I saying that right? Ganache? I like a good chocolate. So anyway, lots of great recipes in this. And this still had the nice plastic cover over it. So hoping that one finds a new home. That would be great in like a Valentine booth, but I'm going to put it right in the booth. I'm not waiting on it. Let's get it right in. And then this one is actually This was in that, if you watched Joanne's video, she talked about how she went into that trailer and she found that great piece of uranium glass and saved it from being probably just tossed away. This was actually in that trailer too. I didn't know she had gone in that trailer, but I went in the trailer. It was very dark in there. I didn't have a flashlight, so I did find this. This is actually a yearbook. I'm not sure anybody's going to want it. It's from 1973, but I just thought, wow, look at that cover of that yearbook. What a cool looking yearbook. And like, it was cut out. It has that, and then of course all of the pictures. I just think it would be fun to look through this and see, you know, that era from 1973. I don't know, I just thought the yearbook was so cool. I did find in that trailer an album, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. So we're always looking for albums, and it wasn't in bad condition. I wish I had had a flashlight because I would have dug a little further to see if there were any other albums in there. Found this book in there, Monsters and Villains. Thought this was kind of cool with Halloween coming. Somebody might be interested in this. It's actually kind of realistic, so I like to have more whimsical, fun things for Halloween in the booth. I don't like to have scary things in there or gory things, but occasionally there's something like that in there. All right, let's see what else. I've got some pictures. The last time I went there, I really made out well with some great artwork. It sold right away. Of course, I had, you know, I didn't put a big price on it because I didn't pay much for it. So if I can find some cool artwork, I will. This is, I believe, a watercolor. It certainly looks like a watercolor. It is signed, and it's framed well and in great condition. And if anybody likes koalas, guess what? We have a great koala picture now. And then I liked this one. I could not tell if this was an original or a print. It needs some cleaning on the glass. That will come off. There's like a line there, but that will come off. I think it's a print. I do not believe this is an original piece, but I loved it. You know, it's a still life. I liked it. I liked the way it was framed. And I'm going to put this right in the booth. It had, they wanted $60 for it. So, yeah, it's definitely a print. It says fruit made in China. So yeah, it's definitely a print, but I won't put a big price on it, and I think it's a nice look. And then I picked up this. I think I showed, I don't know, maybe, I can't remember. Did I get this? I don't know if I got this at the barn. Yeah, I did. I got this at the barn. I'm getting this confused with that cute little boy, the picture with the boys in it. And it looked like looking through a window. But I picked this up because I figured maybe I could use this in some type of project or artwork piece. And a couple other things, and then I think that's it. This lamp was actually, I believe it was a pineapple, I think was on top of here, but it was all busted. The pineapple part, it was glass that sat over top of it. But I picked this up because the cord looks like it's in really good condition. And you know, Steve does lamps, so I picked that up for him to use in a lamp project. And then a bunch of these are for makeup. These are for putting makeup on. They're all sealed and in their packages, but I didn't buy it for makeup purposes. Look, there's a whole stack of them. I bought this for fine work with, you know, when you're painting. They're like little paintbrushes. So I thought we could use that for fine work. So it's just some supplies. A stand. Anytime I can pick up some stands for display purposes. And I think this one came from there. I don't know if this came from Steve's mom or from there, but another stand. And I think that's it. I think that's everything that I found at the barn sale for 20 bucks. Unbelievable. I mean, nothing like spectacular where I'm like, oh my God, what a great treasure. Besides that mirror, I would say getting that mirror for $5 was fantastic. It's a beautiful mirror. So I put it right in the booth. But I mean, hey, this is bread and butter. These are little things that, like I said earlier, you put in your booth, and people that want to, you know, shop, maybe they can't afford the great big $200 item. Or maybe they don't want to spend $200 on an item, but they want to buy something. These are the types of things to, you know, fill in your booth and help cover the rent. At any rate, that's it for the barn haul. I have no idea what we're doing this weekend. I know I've got to go to both booths. I've got a price. I think we're going to, going to try to talk Stephen and maybe doing a dump run. We've got some things that actually need to go down to the dump. I hate to even say that because I try to not put anything in the dump, but we do have some things that need to go to the dump, so we might do a dump run. And I'm hoping and praying that maybe I can get out and do some hunting. I haven't done any hunting in a few weeks. Now, we do have coming up the Garage Brothers. I think it's next weekend. I think they're hosting their monthly event, and I haven't been there since June, so I'm definitely probably going to go to that next weekend. But I want to get a hunting video out for you, so maybe sometime this weekend I can get out and do some hunting. Until then, get out and do your own hunting, find a great treasure, put a smile on your face. Appreciate you watching our channel and subscribing. I hope we're bringing you good content, and we'll just keep on doing it. We'll just keep on going out there, finding cool things and bringing it to you. Everybody have a great weekend.